everyone, and welcome to episode 5 of Jules TV. I am so excited for this episode. You don't even know. Today we are joined with the iconic Will, aka Will's camera.
Hi.
Will, thank you so much for joining us today. I'm so excited. So, do you want to just start off by introducing yourself and your socials and where everyone can find you?
Yeah, I'd love to. Hi, everyone. My name's Will. I'm a 16-year-old American. I live in Germany, which is pretty cool. You can find me on all major platforms, including YouTube at Will's Camera, except for my Instagram, which is Will's Camera with an extra A after camera.
Yes, we love that. So I wanted to just first kind of talk about Instagram and fashion, because you are literally like, your Instagram is killing it, and your fashion style, all of your outfits, I just live for, like, absolutely amazing. So first off, how do you plan your Instagram content?
Honestly, I love to like go on walks, right? And I will take pictures or like pinpoint locations that I really like. And then I'll find an outfit and I make my brother take all my pictures. So it's kind of a spur of the moment type thing for me. Just kind of wherever I'm going, whatever I see, whatever I like.
That's awesome. Yeah. So, who are some of your fashion inspirations? Because literally your outfits are like so great, but they're like so unique. And like, I feel like especially unique, like to you personally, because I've never seen like some of your outfits before. So who are some of your fashion inspirations?
Yeah, thank you so much. My fashion and like my style has changed so much. Like I feel like every week I got a new style, and it's really influenced by like a lot of people, but currently definitely like Hunter Schafer, Alex Gowan, I think that's how you say the last name, Avery Ovard, Best Dressed, the whole Euphoria cast. It's a lot of influential people from very different styles. So I think that's why it's so different and diverse.
That's awesome. Yeah, because I feel like, I mean, you probably have so many like inspirations, but you take little pieces from each of them and kind of make that your own. And it works so well for you. Like last night, I literally went down a rabbit hole of just watching your fashion videos, and I was like, I need to take some notes. Like,
oh my God, thank you so much.
They're so great. I love it. So, next, I just wanted to talk about YouTube. So your editing is so great. And so like, take us through your whole editing process, like how long it takes and like how you add your overlays and things like that.
Yeah. Similar to like Instagram inspiration, editing is a very spur of the moment thing for me. I can't like force myself to edit and like sit down. I have to like, it has to come to me. So I use Final Cut
for
Pro.
Sure.
Exactly. Yeah. I use Final Cut Pro, and it usually takes me like 3 to 6 hours depending on a video, which I guess isn't as long as other people. So
yeah.
And I kind of just like go with it and see what I like. I start with very minimalist editing, just cutting clips, adding text, and then I'll usually come back a day or two later and with like new wave of motivation and inspiration and add kind of whatever I feel like would add some individuality to the video.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And I know, because you really have to get motivated. Like it takes a little bit to get yourself to get up and like mentally prepare that you're going to be editing for a few hours. So yeah, you definitely have to get that creativity
for
kind
sure,
of
for sure. Yeah, or else the video won't turn out well and it's just kind of disappointing. So you got to wait for the right moment.
Right, for sure. And like you just have to, I think that's really awesome about how like you take a break for a day and then you come back and add the creative parts, because that's really how you like, you get that like Will flair on it. You know what I mean?
Thank you. I love that. Yeah, it's definitely a recent thing I've been doing, and I've seen quite a bit of a difference in the quality of my content. So I'm happy with how it's going now.
That's awesome. And I also wanted to talk about your thumbnails, because your thumbnails are so great and they're also cohesive, but they're all unique at the same time. Like none of them are like, they all look different, but still follow like the same theme and aesthetic. So what is creating a thumbnail like for you? How long does that take? What apps do you use and things like that?
Yeah, I used to use so many apps, and I've really only narrowed it down to one now, which is Procreate, which was literally the best $10 I've ever spent on my iPad.
That.
Amazing. Yeah, but I'm personally, I don't consider myself good at thumbnails. I always forget to pose for them. I always have to like scurry through every bit of my video and like find a part where I look decent and not like
Yep.
mid speaking. Yeah. But once I have finally done that, which is the longest part, I take them into Procreate and I use the Helvetica New font and I hand warp all the text. I get a lot of questions about like how I make it
Yes.
all funky, but I do it by hand. And sorry to disappoint, not a font. But yeah, that's why I think they kind of go together, but they're kind of different. Is because everyone is by hand, whatever I'm feeling that
Yeah.
day.
That's awesome. Yeah, oh my God, I literally love your thumbnails. They're so great. I did not know that too, that you did that by hand. I thought it was just like a special text or something.
I
That's
wish it would make it
awesome.
easier, that's for sure.
I know. That's really cool. Yeah, I love Procreate too. I feel like a lot of YouTubers, like a lot of them really use Procreate for thumbnails
Yeah.
because it's like a lifesaver. You can do so much on
Yeah.
it. Like
And for such a like small price, it's so many possibilities.
I know, and there's so many brushes, and like there's literally like you will never learn everything there is to know on Procreate. Like
Exactly.
there's
Yeah.
just so much to learn.
Mhm.
I know I'm always like looking at YouTube videos and like finding all these new things to do,
Yeah,
and it's
there's so
so
many like
fun.
little tricks and everything for sure.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So you've had your YouTube channel for a little bit. So what is one of the most valuable things that you have gained or learned from having a YouTube channel?
Yeah, so much. It's literally like one of the best things that's ever happened to me. And I think something I've gotten and I've gained so much of is like confidence and like pride and a sense of accomplishment. This may sound like narcissistic or like snotty in a way, but I feel like there's 100% originality on my channel. And from the videos to the editing to even like the titles and tags is all me. So every thumbs up and comment that I get
Yeah.
is like, I earned that. So it's a really nice feeling.
That's literally so amazing. And yeah, I think that you have done such an amazing job at like capturing your personality. Like I feel like for some people it's a little different as soon as like they turn on the camera. They're just a little bit different, which there's nothing wrong with, but I feel like you have definitely just like you've got you in it. And I think that's amazing.
That's
That's
so
so
nice.
awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, it
So
definitely took
how
me getting
long
used to.
I'm sure. How long have you had your channel for?
A while. I made it back. I think it was 2016 when I first made it, and I just uploaded like once or twice and then stopped. But I've been uploading consistently for almost 3 years, which is wild. It's crazy.
That
Yeah.
is that's crazy.
But it makes me so
Um
happy. So nothing. I can't complain.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, if that's what like brings you joy and brings your creativity, then do not stop. Like keep
Yeah.
killing
No,
it.
I'm
Like
working on it.
yeah, that's awesome. So I was watching one of your recent videos. I can't remember. I think it might have been just a day in the life or something. And
Mhm.
you were with your friend and you were filming a dance for gym class. I
Yes.
was laughing so hard. How did you manage to film that? And like all those people were coming by and like you didn't care at all. Like how I
Yeah.
need
I
some
get
tips.
very anxious socially, so I was even impressed with myself, but it was due the next day, so, like, pressure was on, we had to get that done.
Okay.
I had been in America while we were, like, planning out the assignment, so I came back, did my quarantine, and I was like, "Alright, let's go." So, yeah, that was really fun, it was really exciting, and we kept, like, switching locations. So it was hectic, but we got it done, and it was really fun, but there were definitely embarrassing parts, which I put
It
in
was
that video.
it was hysterical. Like everyone watching from home. What was the title of that video?
It was like, I think it was What a Day in Germany Looks Like.
Yeah, okay. Everyone watching at home, go watch the video because you're literally gonna laugh so hard. I was crying. Like there were tears when because you
Oh,
zoomed in on your faces. I was like, holy crap, I could
it was
never.
so sad. Yeah, people kept walking by, opening it was just crazy, but
It was hysterical though. I'm assuming you got a good grade, right?
I was a little surprised. I was like, "Did we really just go dance in town to get that grade?"
Oh my god. Okay, we need to talk to your gym teacher because the amount of effort that went into that.
For real, for real.
That's hysterical. So this is kind of related too, but what is vlogging and public for you like? I love to ask this question because I feel like it's so different for everyone. So what is that like for you? Do you mind it? Do you not so much? Like
I used to not mind it at all. If you like scroll down on my channel, which I don't recommend you do, considering I've had it for 3 years, 4 years. I used to make like dares in public or like VidCon vlog, and I was completely unfazed. But recently it's gotten a little strange, especially in Germany where they are not afraid to like judge you physically. It's kind of weird walking around with the camera, but I usually go in more like secluded places and I'll like set things up. And if someone sees me, someone sees me. I mean, it's not a huge deal at all. But
Right. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah, for real.
That's awesome. So we know that, are you high schooler?
I am. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So what is it managing school and YouTube like? Have there been times that you've just been really overwhelmed, or like, how do you manage that?
Yeah, I was actually talking to my friend Carmen about this the other day, and she was like, "Yeah, so how do you manage it?" And I was like, "I don't like it's so hard for me."
Pick it up.
Yeah, honestly, this is in no way advice to people watching. I don't recommend you do the same thing, but sometimes I just prioritize YouTube because I'm not really like motivated by school and like university and like stereotypical careers, which isn't the best for me now, but I am so motivated by like creating and like, focusing my energy on that, which I think long term will have benefits. But if it comes to the point where I'm like, I got a homework assignment and I got a video to edit, I'm like, yeah. So I try my best.
Yeah. And I'm sure that like YouTube has maybe helped you out a little bit with school too, because like there's a day that you're like swamped with like exams and homework, that maybe just taking that break and getting that creativeness out, I'm sure helps a lot.
110%. It's a nice outlet for me.
Yeah. And it's almost like a reward too. Cause like if you're studying for so long or so much work, and then you'd be like, hey, as soon as I'm done, or if I study for this amount of time, I can go edit or film a little bit. I think it's really awesome.
There are even things like I'm lucky enough to have like such a supportive fan base. I'll like go and read comments and it will like, give me a fresh start to whatever I was doing, even for like 10 minutes. And it's such a good feeling.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So before we went on the live, Will and I were talking about cameras. And so you have a playlist on your channel called Wannabe Film. Am I right? Is that?
I do. It's like Wannabe Film Kid, because I'm experimenting into some new styles with my videos. I
again went through a rabbit hole of that playlist, just watching all of it. Go watch it too if you haven't. You will not regret it, like at all. It's amazing. So recently you made a what moving feels like video. And that intro was so amazing. It was so cool. And I want to know what that process was like of creating that video, what like the whole creative process and planning was like, because I'm sure it took a long time and it turned out absolutely amazing. So I want to hear everything about that.
Yeah, thank you. That video has like a lot of layers to it. It was not planned. It was more of like a coping mechanism for me, kind of relating to what you said a few minutes ago when I'm like swamped with assignments and stuff. Although it wasn't assignments, it was like stress and pressure. Because if you haven't seen that video, the whole idea was we live in Germany, but we were stuck in America pretty much for a couple weeks. We were trying to get back, and through COVID tests and airlines and everything, nothing was working. We had to keep changing our flights, then, go through like trying to work our way out of the fees and everything. It was just stressful. So I was like, you know what, I got to channel this energy into something else. So I made a video about it. And through editing, I tried to like express the roller coaster of emotions I was feeling, with like the intense parts and the really chill parts and like happy bursts of, it was a lot for me. And it was kind of like therapeutic. Like instead of talking to a counselor, I was like talking to a camera and just like, here's all my emotions in the words, and you guys just have to listen to it. So it was a process, to say the least.
That's absolutely amazing. Like that is so cool, because you can just like feel your emotion through like the screen. Like when I'm watching that, I was like anxious for you, and like you did such an amazing job really just like capturing what it moving feels like really.
Thank you. Yeah.
So good, especially during like COVID times too, because it's even scarier.
For sure. It was a mess, but I'm grateful to be here now. That's for sure. Finally we did it.
So you kind of just like answered this question, but what was your moving process like with juggling social media? Was it kind of hard to come out with videos and Instagram content and Twitter content, or do you think again it helped you?
Yeah, so I have moved a couple times since the pandemic started because we've been back in our old home for an extended amount of time. But the big one, like the big change was back in August 2019. So pre-pandemic. To be honest, I had known that we were moving for 7 months beforehand and we had like visited. So it really wasn't super stressful for me, which gave me a lot of like time and motivation to create content. And I kind of filmed it when I wanted to. I'm not like super proud of the content that I produced during that time. It was kind of like lower quality than what I make now, but it was also 2 years ago. So I had a totally different outlook. And then that was the best I could do. So I filmed all like 10 trips to IKEA that we went on. I did like room makeover videos. It was definitely a lot of video ideas. So it took that weight off my shoulders.
Yeah, for sure.
But actually creating it could get a little stressful.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, that's so amazing though that you were still able to put out great content while going through something so
Totally.
crazy like that.
Yeah, I feel very lucky that I was able to do that and that I get to like live like this and have all the content at my fingertips.
Yeah, that's amazing. So those are all like the structured questions that I have for you. But now I wanted to move on to my favorite part, which is the rapid fire questions. So for those of you who are watching that don't know, rapid fire questions are, again, what they sound like, just super quick, like random questions. Some of them are about YouTube and social media, but then some of them are just like random things. So the first question that I have is, where is your favorite place that you have traveled to?
I think it's a tie between London and Paris, which are super touristy for someone who like lives in Europe, but still love them so much.
Yes. Oh, yes. Next up, what is one crazy thing that you would put on your lifelong bucket list?
That's a good one. I have a pretty solid answer to this. I want to live in a van so bad. I want to like redo the inside. Do you want to?
Yes. Yes. Okay. Yes, like flip a bus, like
Yes.
get a bus and then just gut it and like redo the whole thing. Oh my
Oh my
God.
God. Okay, we gotta talk
Can we
about this.
plan that? Can we
Yeah,
plan
for
that?
real. Oh my God, want to move in together? We could get a bus.
Yes.
I'm
Oh
so,
my
I want to do
God.
that so bad and travel all over America and Europe. It would just be so incredible.
That's happening. Guys,
That's
be ready. In like 10 years, you're going to get like these YouTube videos of just like Will and I traveling in a bus.
yeah, 100%. Stay tuned.
That is, I literally love that. And then you just like make it so aesthetic and like you get like the top where you can like watch the sunsets and
That rolled back on the roof. Oh my gosh, it makes me so happy.
that is so funny. Oh my God. Love that for us.
For real.
All right. So next up, what is your current favorite fashion trend?
I'm usually not huge on fashion trends, but right now, like the fluffy bags, like the zebra print bags and stuff, I love them. My friends like made some the other day. It was so impressive, and they make me really happy.
That is so cute. I love that.
Yeah.
So if you could collaborate with any YouTuber, who would it be?
Yeah, that's definitely one of the harder questions. I'm not sure if you've heard of Damon Dominique, but they are an American YouTuber who lives in Paris, and their content is so inspiring to me and makes me feel really grateful to be here. So that would be really fun.
That's awesome. I'll have to check them out.
Yeah, you definitely should. They're pretty cool.
So what is your favorite video on your channel?
Oh boy. If I had to choose, I have quite a few, but I'd have to say the one where I did like a tour of my town. I think it was like my German town from an American perspective. So I just got to walk around for like 7 hours that day, and I kept running into friends, and I wouldn't have done that otherwise if I wasn't making a video about it. So
That sounds amazing. Oh my gosh. Oh, and it was probably like you were kind of exploring it too a little bit. Like
exactly.
you
I
were
was like
familiar, but you probably found so
exactly.
many places.
For sure.
That's awesome. I don't think I've seen that video, so I'm gonna go watch that after this.
Thank you.
So what is something like completely random that you enjoy doing other than social media?
Yeah. I don't really make this public. I guess I have more recently, but like any form of art, whether that's music, digital art, physical, like drawing, painting, I'm super into it. I just don't really share it as much because it's more like personal to me, but definitely one of my favorite things.
That's awesome. And I know one of your videos you showed you have a mirror, and did you paint like clouds?
Yeah,
Um, that
yeah.
turned out so cool.
Thank you. I did that back in September. I think yeah, I did make a video about it, but I might want to redo it in the near future. I'm not sure if it'll come off though.
No, that looks so good. So, okay, I guess I probably know the answer to this question, but what is your favorite subject in school?
I'd definitely say art, but if it was like an academic subject, I think English because I vibe with my English teachers. Like they are like my people.
We love that.
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, that okay. This something totally random that just reminded me of this. In one of your videos, you were talking about a thumbnail and your friend texted you and you were unmuted.
Oh my gosh, I've not lived that experience down. The trauma is still very much present. That was so bad. He had left his mic on in class and he was like talking over the teacher. So I turned mine on and I was like, "Hey bud, like your mic's on." And then I forgot to turn mine off and I started vlogging for a video I never even uploaded. It was like an online school day in my life. And I was like, "Guys, this is so boring. Like I wish I could just da, 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 da." And my teacher was like laughing. I was like, "What's she laughing at?" And then my friend texted me and he was like, "Your mic's on." I was like, it was
Oh,
so bad. Yeah.
that is
Ran away to
hysterical.
him.
Yeah, I have this like fear of like because I most of the time like if I'm vlogging school I will only do time lapses when I'm in class because of that fear because I'm so scared that
Exactly.
something's gonna happen and I'm just gonna be like Jules what the heck like why are you doing
No.
that.
I know. I don't. I thought I had even like turned it back off. I don't know. I feel like it was just so embarrassing to say the least. But I feel like hopefully everyone's forgotten by now.
So funny. Oh my gosh. So the last rapid fire question I have is so you travel a lot. So do you prefer the window or the aisle seat?
This answer literally varies every single flight, and for some reason, I feel so strongly. Like I will tell my siblings, I'm like, I get the window. They're like, but you like went for the aisle last time. I'm like, no, I want the window. And then the next time, I want the aisle. And it's like, I don't know why I feel so strongly and why it always changes, but they get so upset with me.
That's my sister and I fight. We fight over the
Yeah.
window seat. I'm not
Uh-huh.
even kidding. We've got like
Yeah.
a system down. We're like on the way there, my sister can get window, and then on the way home, I can get
Yeah,
window.
for real. Oh my gosh, it's so relatable.
And then also, we don't want to be like next to some random person and like
Yeah.
just sometimes,
Mhm.
especially like for like a 7 or 8 hour flight.
Yeah. It's a process, that's for sure. It's always, one or the other.
Yeah. One time we had, I don't know if you've ever gone in like the bulkhead, like the front, the
Yeah.
very front row.
Yeah, yeah.
And we were again 7 hour flight or something, and there was a baby
Oh.
right next to us. So cute, so cute.
But
Cried
yeah.
the entire time. We're like,
Yeah. I always feel bad because it is annoying, but it's like, what can they do? Like,
I
I always
know, I
feel the person.
know.
Mhm.
And I'm sure like the parents are like
Like, we're sorry, but
helpless, like they can't do
yeah.
anything either.
Yeah, travel problems, guys.
Oh my
For
gosh,
real.
that's so funny. So I want to just take a quick second and turn the interviewing over to everyone at home. If you have any questions for Will, then you can ask them in the chat box. We actually had some on Instagram, just 2 on Instagram. So if this is your chance, if you're wondering anything about Will, literally anything, it doesn't have to be just social media related, then ask it in the comments. So let's do some live questions. All right, so we have 2 questions from Instagram. The first one is, what is it like living in Germany?
It's so cool. It's such a different experience, but in the best ways. And I had grown up in Colorado for 11 years, so as long as I could really remember since I was 3. So that was pretty much my entire life. And I grew up in a place where everyone was living pretty identical lifestyles, not very diverse. So to go from that to this, where I'm like, all my friends are from all over the world and, speaking different languages, different lifestyles. It has been such an eye opener, and it has just forced me to like, not forced, but it has helped me to realize so much and grow so much. So I'm so grateful.
That's amazing. I love that. So, okay, we have some great questions in the chat. First one, your favorite color.
Oh, okay. Well, if you've seen some of my older videos, I talked a lot about being colorblind, which is, yeah, it sucks. Especially for liking art. Are you kidding me? Yeah.
That's crazy.
I
Oh my
can't.
God.
Yeah, I can see color, but I can't differentiate. One color that I can see is like really saturated blues, and I really do like that. So that's your answer to that. But
Oh my gosh.
because I can't see other colors.
Oh my God, that's literally crazy. Oh, we have so many amazing questions. Thank you for asking these. Okay, next up, someone said, all caps, when are you coming to Portugal? We love you. That's what it said.
Something happened the other day and I blew up on Portugal Twitter. I don't know what happened, but I started getting all these.
Good for you.
Like, take a picture with our flag, and I was like, I don't have a Portugal flag. But thanks for all the love from Portugal. I don't have any plans to come there. Maybe after the pandemic, we'll try and find a way to get there.
Yes, that's amazing. Next up, what is your favorite season?
Oh, winter. 110%. I love cold weather. I know. It's a weird thing about me, but rain and snow is like my happy place. I get so much fun.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh. This is a great one. What is your favorite art form?
Definitely like sketching. I've been drawing since I was like 4, and I've kept like so many notebooks and stuff, and it's so fun just to like let my creative juices flow on the paper. It's really nice.
That's awesome. So this one, your favorite thing that you did during the pandemic?
Okay, when the cases were like almost nothing in Germany and in Greece, they allowed travel, and it was kind of iffy, but we did quarantine and everything, and we took like proper measures. So my family did get to go to Greece, which was really nice. And I think that was probably one of the highlights for me.
That's amazing. Where in Greece did you go?
Santorini and Athens. So
we went to Athens actually right before we shut down, like literally right before we shut down. And we went to Athens in Matura and Kalambaga, and Athens was stunning.
Yeah, it's so cool there. I loved it.
So cool. There's like such an awesome balance between like history and like city life. Like you can just literally pass like an H&M and like all these stores, and then there's like the Parthenon and like
exactly. That's how a lot of places in Europe are, and it's so cool to experience that.
I know. So this was the last question. This is from Instagram. What was the inspiration behind dyeing your hair red? Because you had blonde hair, correct?
I did. Yeah, and it's starting to come through again. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, honestly, there were 2 things at first that like sparked like the actual interest in my head. And one of them was a Snapchat filter that changed the color of my hair. And I was like, that looks good. And my entire Instagram story for like 2 weeks was me with like green hair or purple hair or whatever. Everyone was like,
which one?
Hair do you have? I know. But the second thing was my cousin Morgan, who has the coolest hair. She changes it like on a monthly basis. And I was like, that's so cool that she does that. So the red itself was the day before I decided I wanted it to be red. I was going to do green, then I changed my mind. So very fun. Yeah.
For sure.
I'm happy with it. A lot of people get pretty affected by it, which is strange, but I'm just keeping it kind of to say like, this is how I'm choosing to express myself. Y'all don't get to dictate that. So it's definitely like a confidence booster for me. Yeah,
and you pull it off so well. What the heck? Like, imagine me going red.
That would be dope. Okay. I'd love that.
Maybe I'll go like pink. I think that'd be on brand for me.
I can't see pink hair. Maybe that's why I chose such a saturated color, because I can barely see it.
Oh, love that for you. Love that. Hey, whatever works.
For real.
So those are all the questions. Thank you so much to everyone who asked questions in the chat box. I hope that you liked that new little addition. Actually, one of you guys like mentioned that you wanted to do live questions. So thank you for for mentioning that and giving us an idea. And Will, thank you so much for coming on. This was amazing. I had so much fun chatting with you today.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. This was so fun.
Yes. And everyone make sure to go check out Will's channel, Instagram, Twitter, all the things, because you will not regret it. Like, will not. And also, Will, you have a new video today. Am I right?
I do.
Is it out yet?
Which is very
what was
exciting.
that?
With a familiar face, which is very exciting.
Yeah, everyone make sure, is it out yet? Is the video out yet?
It's going out in 5 hours, I think. So no, not yet.
Okay, so stay tuned, everyone. And thank you so much. And we'll see you next time.